Hello, good morning. We are going to try something new in the future episodes. It seems that the YouTube audience prefers short episodes of 10 to 15 minutes. And this makes perfect sense because often the audience only has a few moments to listen and to view the content while waiting or traveling during their busy lives. My desire is to catch your attention with these discussions so that you will go back and listen to them over and investigate the truth in the Bible when you have time. So, starting with the woes, we will break up the content into smaller parts. God bless you, and please comment on the shorter episodes, either good or bad. Don't forget to pray about what is being said here. Pray for the truth. It is the most important thing. The three woes, a time of trouble. Do you want to know where we are now in Bible history? How would you like to know how close we are to the end time? Would you believe me if I could tell you that I can show you where in the Bible the Christian age is, the arrival of the Gentile messenger, and the completion of a messianic 70th week mentioned by Daniel, and the coming of the rapture? We're going to see the truth together. But before we discern the scripture, we need to spend more time with a preview to identify several key points related to the woes. The woes are unique in several aspects. First, they all have a specific beginnings and endings. Second, the woe is identified by the evil spirits that are loosed. Third, it's those spirits and their purpose and actions that dictate what the woe is. Our focus today is a general description of the first two woes and what they are. We will now discern them by answering the three topics above just mentioned. Let's get started. The first woe, when the woe starts. Revelations 9, 5, and 10. And to them it was given that they should not kill them, but they should torment them 5 months. Revelations 9:10. And they had tails like unto scorpions, and there were stings in their tails, and their power was to hurt men 5 months. This is the first woe, and it starts at the beginning of the 5 months. As we learn in episode 3, when God uses a symbol for time, it's not always the standard definition of calendar days or months. For example, a day is used to represent a large undefined period of time in the days of creation. Or when Daniel spoke of the 70 weeks of the messianic message, and we now know that every week is actually 7 years. So it's 70 times 7 years. I have thought about the duration of the 5 months mentioned here, but I'd rather not say and leave it up to your studies to conclude. Here's a hint. 5 months are 5 periods or durations. The first woe, who is the angel? Revelations 9:1. And the fifth angel sounded, and I saw a star fall from heaven unto the earth, and to him was given the key of the bottomless pit. And he opened the bottomless pit, and there arose a smoke out of the pit, as the smoke of a great furnace. And the sun and the air were darkened by reason of the smoke of the pit. The angel is the destroyer, or Satan. He is the evil one, the king of the bottomless pit, which is false religion. Notice that he is also mentioned in the other woes. Revelations 9:41. This is where it speaks of his nickname, the destroyer. And they had a king over them, which is the angel of the bottomless pit, whose name in the Hebrew tongue is Abaddon, destroyer, but in the Greek tongue hath his name Apollyon, which is also destroyer. The first woe, what is the purpose? Revelations 9:3 through 5. And there came out of the smoke locusts upon the earth, and unto them was given power as the scorpions of the earth have power. And it was commanded them that they should not hurt the grass of the earth, neither any green thing, neither any tree, but only those men which have not the seal of God in their foreheads. And to them it was given that they should not kill them, but they should torment them 5 months. And their torment was the torment of a scorpion when he striketh a man. So in explaining, and out of the smoke. Now we know that fire and smoke are symbols of prophecy, doctrine, signs. And it came upon who? The earth, or man, to inflict pain and torment as the scorpions have power. False religion separates them from God and leads to chaos and unrest. Notice, they only afflict men without the seal of God in their foreheads. A seal is a mark, and these are all persons that worship false gods or gods of the bottomless pit. It doesn't kill physically, but it leads to spiritual death. The second woe, when it starts, Revelation 9:12. One woe is past, and behold, there come 2 woes more hereafter. The fifth month period is over. Now starts the second woe. It is true to believe that the ushering in of the second woe is the end of the first woe. You will soon see that the first woe cannot continue once the second woe starts. Take care and understand that the first woe afflicted who? Those without the seal of God in their foreheads. The second woe is a battle against hope and salvation through Jesus Christ, which is a sharp contrast to false religion. The second woe, who is the angel? Revelations 9:14. Saying to the 6th angel which had the trumpet, loose the 4 angels which are bound in the great river Euphrates. These are 4 angels. They don't have names, but they are later identified by the 4 powers which they wield, which is the 4 beasts. This is the Christian period and Satan's plan to battle it. We will review all that happens in the second woe and how it applies to the 70th week of Daniel. I'm so excited to speak on the second woe, but I'll hold back until the second woe episode comes out. This is one of my main callings. I just love the second woe. The second woe, what is the purpose? And the 4 angels were loosed, which were prepared for an hour, and a day, and a month, and a year, for to slay a third part of men. And Revelations 9:17. And thus I saw the horses in the vision, and them that sat on them, having breastplates of fire, and of jacinth, and of brimstone. And the heads of the horses were as the heads of lions, and out of their mouth issued fire, and smoke, and brimstone. By these 3 was a third part of men killed, by the fire, by the smoke, and by the brimstone, which issued out of their what? Mouths. Many people miss the context of this scripture. Note that there are 4 angels released and 4 periods of time, and they have 4 groups of horsemen. To slay a third part of men. These are evil spirits to go against the church. The number of the horsemen are not 200 million, but 100,000,000. Now we really know that when the Bible speaks of 1,000, it's basically just a large number. It's not necessarily exactly 1,000. It's a large, inconceivable number when they mention 1,000. And the horsemen kill by fire, which is prophecy and doctrine, smoke, miracles and signs, and brimstone, which is wrath. So let's wrap this up, because we're going to try to keep it short. These first 2 woes also fall under the 5th and the 6th trumpets. Trumpets are a symbol of announcement or a call that something is about to happen. The first woe started a long time ago and lasted 5 periods. The second woe is the Messianic day or period that includes the Gentiles and the return of the Messianic message to Israel, the full 70th week spoken of by Daniel. We Gentiles cannot separate our day of Christ and the finishing of Israel's day of Christ. This is why I believe that God has constantly called my attention to the second woe. It's because it's the story of redemption. Lastly, we will speak on the day of the Great Tribulation and the third woe in the next episode.